Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of To Boldly Go Drinking for Season 2 of STD. If you're joining us for the first time, congratulations! Also, this show is dedicated to talking about and reviewing the latest Star Trek episodes as they come out. Today we will be talking about Star Trek Discovery, Such Sweet Sorrow, Part 2. Since this is a product of the Wednesday Night Gentleman, I am your host, Tactic Angel, and with me, to the bitter end, is Midget Radio, my murderous socialist friend.
Hello.
Hello, Midget Radio. How are you today?
What's a happy day, Tactic Angel? It's a happy day.
I am also in an extremely good mood. Are you in the good mood for the same reason that I am?
I imagine that I am, yeah.
It's like being let out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
And for a crime we did not commit.
This is a huge relief. A huge relief.
It is. It's gonna be a good time, good episode, good everything. I've got some good whiskey with me. You will never guess what it is.
I'm gonna predict the writer's tears.
It is the Writer's Tears, a delicious Irish whiskey that I particularly like to break out whenever we're talking about things that are poorly written.
Fantastic.
What do you have?
I am finishing this off with a bullet.
A bullet to the head. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about Such Sweet Sorrow, Part 2. There's a space battle. Burnham travels back in time to make it possible. They defeat Control and then make sure that Control doesn't get the Red Sphere data after it died by sending Discovery far ass out into the future so that nobody who likes Star Trek can bitch about canon anymore.
Pretty much.
That's the episode.
Yeah.
Holy shit, was this too long?
Oh my god, yes.
It is possibly the most boring battle I have ever seen.
Yeah.
What are the stakes here? Why do we keep stopping for 5 minutes at a time to have hug? I need a hug.
Yeah.
Stamets is dying. I need a hug.
Yep. In between the pew pew pew.
I'm gonna induce a coma. Now let's have a conversation.
Oh my god, the longest conversation too. What the shit? God, as soon as he said that, I was like, wait, is this a coma? Is this what a coma is supposed to be?
Why is he?
Can
why
you have
is
a
he
waking
blinking
coma?
so much? Like, he seems like he's lifting his head. He's looking. He's smiling. He's like, "Why am I bleeding? What can't you just medicine with me?"
Oh my god.
Hugh, I don't love you because of your proficiency with medicine, which is obviously 0.
Man, he is a terrible doctor. What the fuck? That took a long time.
I'm gonna induce a coma. Nurse, I don't know what I gave him.
It is not working.
He is still awake. I love you. My home is inside you. That was far from the worst part of this episode.
Oh yeah, it was just stupid. Just stupid.
So the battle itself, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is Star Trek.
Yeah.
It has a battle, which is much more Star Wars than any Star Wars movie I think I've ever seen.
My god,
The Enterprise and the Discovery launch hundreds of fighters.
Apparently, yeah. So, do they just like paint their shuttlecraft a darker color, and is that how we know it's a fighter? Like,
No, that's how you know it's new and different and bold.
oh, okay.
It's kind of
Okay.
exactly like the bridge of the Enterprise itself. It's like,
Yeah.
do you remember all the surfaces that were white? Now they're shiny black.
Yeah.
There's your bold, beautiful future.
Okay.
Positive, everything. When you turn on the red lights, it looks really wicked.
Yeah.
We try to turn on the red lights as often as possible. But they do kind of pay homage to the Phantom Menace in this.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You remember when, like, Amidala and Ginny are trying to run the blockade?
Sure.
And like, the shields go down on their little silver bullet?
I guess so. Yeah.
And then they send the droids out to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And now the Enterprise has droids too.
It has robo droids. Yeah. It looked like, I thought it was kind of funny. Like that shot was kind of funny because you see all them like skittering over the surface of the Enterprise, over the saucer. It looked like, and two of them stop, and it looks like they're just cleaning a stain. Like they just stop at one part. You can't really tell what they're doing, but it looks like they're just polishing it.
Well,
I guess
yeah.
you can't really.
And they kind of look like Rosie the Robot Maid.
They do. They do.
Like a modern take on it. Like if it
Yeah.
was on Netflix, this would be their Lost in Space interpretation of Rosie
Yeah.
the Maid.
Yep.
And there are
This is a
hundreds of
reboot.
them.
Of course there are.
And they're, like buffing out the char marks on the Enterprise, so it's fine. But the Discovery doesn't have any of those.
Nope. Too bad. Too bad, Discovery. Not an advanced enough ship, apparently.
Apparently not. God. Everything in this is kind of weird, right?
Yeah?
So, if Control is defeated,
Yeah.
why do they need to go into the future?
I don't know. So they had to jump to the spot where they were at in the first place, right? To apparently meet up with the Enterprise. And no, they had to jump there. Wait. To meet the
Dilithium
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dilithium Queen, they had to jump there to do that.
Uh-huh.
How did Control know they were there?
They were following the Enterprise.
Okay, they were following the Enterprise. Okay, I find all this so weird because Control runs away, and then I guess it finds the Enterprise, and then it follows the Enterprise to Discovery because it knows the Enterprise is going to meet up with Discovery.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
or maybe he just wants to, blow up the Enterprise because, I mean, that's kind of common in Star Trek. The people want to blow up the Enterprise.
That is true. That's
so he's probably like, I'm just going to go over there
okay.
and kill that ship. Oh, look, there's another ship.
Yeah,
This is
that makes
convenient.
sense. Okay, I can see that then. I guess.
But it makes you fall back to the standard question. Why don't they just blow up the ship?
You know what was weird? Because it seemed like Control could do it pretty easly, right? Like Discovery
Yeah.
was getting fucked up. Like,
Just let it happen. Right?
I guess Control has like superior weapons, or I don't know. But
But
it
then-
did not seem hard to blow up the Discovery. Like,
Strangely, Leland beams aboard, and the future that we saw is not the future that we got.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
the photon torpedo did impact almost immediately.
that's true. That's true. We did get to see that. That was very exciting.
It was like 40 feet long,
Yeah.
and it was launched kind of weirdly.
Yeah.
It's like pushed out an airlock, and then it engaged. And it lodged in the ship. I didn't understand that.
Yeah. I was wondering the whole time, too, since they have site-to-site transportation, couldn't they have just transported the fucking photon torpedo out of there? Like, seal off that area?
See,
Site to
people only remember to use the transporter every so often.
True.
So,
True enough.
Sorry, Ariam.
Forgot.
Anybody who was in the front fifth of the Enterprise, sorry about that.
Oops.
Speaking of that photon torpedo, though, right?
Yeah.
So if that door and window can stop a photon torpedo blast that rips the front fifth of the saucer section clear off,
Yeah.
and that door is literally right next to it, why don't they make the entire ship out of doors?
Yeah, I don't know. It really should be all doors.
And he just looks in and he's like, I'm gonna watch Admiral What's Her Face die, and I'm gonna pretend like
Yeah.
I have a deep and meaningful relationship with her.
Yes. It's very serious. They've been together a long time, and they're very close.
Did the writers forget that it was Cornwall and Lorca who had the relationship?
They may have.
They're just like,
She just likes captains, man.
she gets around.
Yeah.
She's banging all of them. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. That's how she got to the top, man. That'll get you places, women. You pay attention. you learn from Star Trek Discovery.
Hey, but she teaches all the sluts a lesson by facing her death with dignity.
True.
There's a lot of like standing tall and staring in this, because it's like she closes the door, she does the thing, and then she like looks at the torpedo and puts her hands behind her back. She's like, oh, how fucking brave.
Yeah, really amazing.
I kind of felt like we both kind of liked that character in season 1, and it might have been just that she was less worse than everyone else.
Yes, she's a lot less worse.
But damn it, if she didn't just... This season 2 is worse than season 1.
I kind of think so too. Yeah, I'm on board with that as well.
Season 1, you had the Vulcan hello, an interesting concept that sucked in the end. Mm-hmm. And then you go on this weird thing that ends with the Federation basically supporting a genocidal maniac genociding the right people for them.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's definitely not Star Trek.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gene. Sorry, anyone who liked Star Trek.
Yeah.
And then like the second season, it doesn't get better. Like,
no.
Burnham is full on emotionally
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, she's uncontrollable. Like, just
you're shitting on characters that we like now. So we've introduced Spock and Pike, and they're taking it right in the junk. Time and time again.
And Saru, who also was not bad in season 1, takes a real turn in season 2.
Yeah, but he did kind of coast after he turned into a fucking emotional basket case. Like, he was like, after those episodes, he hardly had anything to do.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't get any worse. He didn't recover.
No.
And then you have this, and that, so like the Control is defeated. The Discovery then takes its sweet ass time going into the future.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, we had to have this scene where, of all things, his seed farming people
God
now have a fleet. They were,
of course they do.
like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
They were medieval farmers.
Yeah.
And today they are Space Force action pilots.
Yep.
And his sister, who's a priest, is now a general?
Of course she is.
And they're using Ba'ul technology, and you're like,
somehow.
were the Ba'ul right? Did the Kelpians genocide the Ba'ul with the help of the Federation?
Just right away.
I mean, contrary
as soon as
to
you took out those pylons, man.
Everybody started getting along.
And they ate us, and that was it. They took our technology.
And now they're part of the Federation. Mm-hmm. Good times.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But you're looking at that scenario, and it's like, clearly, Saru wouldn't want to go into the future, because then he could finally learn to love his sister again.
Yeah.
And spend time with her, now that they're a space-faring race of genocidal murderers.
Yeah.
Like, they could get together and, like, have family time and Thanksgiving and all the good stuff together. But instead, he just needlessly goes into the future. And still, no one has planted a bomb on the warp core.
Yeah. Because Burnham, because Burnham.
Season 2 is worse because it's like none of the characters make sense. None of the motivation makes sense.
Nope. There are way more plot holes too. I didn't find season 1 as just like complicated to like follow, Like, I understood generally how we got from A to B. It was stupid, but I basically got it. But this season, it's like, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Why is this the decision? Like,
I was trying to explain to somebody why this is a bad idea to have season-long arcs where there's really only one storyline.
Yeah.
Let's take all of Star Trek. Star Trek has a lot of crappy episodes.
Yeah.
And that you would expect it to, because there are a lot of episodes, and
Yeah.
a certain percentage of them are not going to be very good.
Yeah.
If you randomly pick one out of a hat and you're like, well, we're going to blow up Sub Rosa, which is a better show than this.
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather watch Sub Rosa 14 times in a row or this?
Oh, easily. Oh, easily. Yeah. Literally any episode of any Star Trek series.
You remember the embarrassing one where Geordi falls in love with a hologram, and then
Yep.
the hologram lady shows up and it's like, do you want to have a three-way? I mean, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
Ava Braun. Anyway,
Yeah.
so like, if you roll the dice and you're like, I'm going to take Sub Rosa and I'm going to turn it into a 14 episode
Oh God.
thing. If you don't pick the right episode, your whole show sucks.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. They've created like this incredibly complicated and needlessly baroque and completely broken,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
convoluted storyline that almost none of these things can have rational answers. We've
Yeah.
been asking reasonable questions the entire time. There are no answers to literally 4, 5, 6 things that are happening every episode. It's just insanity. They rolled on a bad plot. They made the bad plot stupidly long.
Yeah.
And
My God.
I mean, at least we can understand a war. But this is like you're following around, what's his name? Reese, as he slowly builds up to the idea of him going back in time to bang
To bang Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor so
Yeah.
that he can create the plot necessary for him to go back in time.
Yeah.
That's this show. Mm-hmm. But so much worse.
Oh my God, a million times worse. Did you think it was funny? I feel like we predicted it. She totally does pull a Bill and Ted at the end of this episode.
No,
Like that's exactly what they do.
No, this would have been if Kyle Reese knew that John Connor was his son and he had to go back in time to impregnate
Yeah.
Sarah Connor. That's the plot. This isn't a Bill and Ted.
No, I feel like it's Bill and Ted because she gets to the end and then she realizes, oh man, but if I go back here, then I can create enough time for me to figure out how to make the wormhole work.
No, but with Bill and Ted, you don't see that the present is already the thing that is happening.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
There's at least that delightful thing. It's like, I'd hide the key here, and he reaches behind the thing.
Yeah.
And, oh, there's the key. But it's just bad. Anyway, I maintain that this is essentially the Terminator paradox is written by I was going to say like a 5-year-old, but a 5-year-old couldn't make a plot this convoluted.
Yeah. God, that was so obnoxious too, going through all of that. Like, how much of this episode was spent just revisiting things that happened in other episodes?
Actually, not that much of it.
It felt like a really long time. It felt like oh, this is when they're on the planet. This is when she sees Jet Reno. This is when...
Or when she sees herself.
God.
You have to zoom in so you can see her like wide-eyed, blank expression
Yeah.
on her face.
It's so stupid.
I don't understand how the Discovery is going to fit through that tiny hole in space.
I don't know. I guess it just works out. I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. Let me think the one thing that I did like about this.
Okay.
So they go into the warp, right? The time warp.
Yeah.
And then they like have that smeary effect,
Yeah.
which was a reference to Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yeah.
But Star Trek the Motion Picture also fucked with the frame rate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that smeary effect was a lot better in 1977
Yeah.
than it was in this, because or it was 79. It doesn't matter. I think it was 79 because it was right after Star Wars, which was 77. Anyway, the point is,
Oh, yeah.
like, it's a really well done effect for being so primitive because, like, yeah, sure, just smear light across the scene.
Yeah.
But, like, if you watch it, like, the frame rate thing, I'm not sure how they did it, whether they only filmed it in, like, 10 frames per second or they used a strobe or something like that. But then also, like, the smears are going behind people's heads.
Yeah.
Right? Like it
Yeah.
starts and then it's like the light actually continues in a place you can't see it.
Yeah.
And it keeps going. And in this one, they couldn't do it. Like,
Yeah.
it was just too complicated, or they just didn't understand what they were doing, which is more likely the case.
More like, yeah. Nobody cares. I don't really care.
Well, nobody who likes the motion picture is like watching this and thinking, wow, this is a great It's a great movie. My favorite part is when the main character eats another sentient human or a sentient being.
Yeah.
No, my favorite part's when they hand over the bomb to a religious fanatic. No, my favorite part's when they needlessly throw their lives away because the thing that they were trying to keep the spirit data away from is already dead.
Yeah.
Why don't they just blow up the ship?
Oh, God. My God. What are they going to do with season 3? I mean, it's just, now it's like, I don't know. It just seems like whatever happens in season 3 is going to be completely inconsequential now. Like, now it's free to be completely terrible and also not matter.
But, okay. The thing is, like, I think they're just trying to get away from the people like you and like me who
Yeah.
see something and it's like, well, that's retarded. And fine. The thing they don't realize is that they are creating a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's still a bad show. Like,
There are internal inconsistencies that they are creating from show to show and sometimes from scene to scene or line to line.
yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, remember back in the day where, like, there was a sort of consensus that Star Trek Discovery was not, like, a very good Star Trek show, but it was, like, a fine sort of space adventure show?
I don't remember that.
I feel like for a while, maybe the first few episodes of Discovery, first few season 1, it's like, well, this is just a space adventure kind of thing.
I'll go along with it.
Now it just sucks, like, all the way across the board. If this wasn't called Star Trek, I definitely wouldn't be watching it. Because it's awful. Like, the writing is terrible. The characters suck. It's completely inconsistent and practically incoherent.
Yeah.
It just, like, it fails to even be a generally okay science fiction show. So I don't know who's I don't know, like, Killjoys on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel is a better show than this. I mean, there's just a ton. I almost any other incarnation of some generic science fiction series is better than this show because it's at least coherent, even if it's crap. Like,
Yeah.
at least you can follow it. But the number of plot holes in this, it's egregious.
It's such a frustrating show to watch that I don't even know what to say to you about the whole thing because it's like, yeah, everything about it is bad. Like,
Yeah.
other than some of the performances, which are mostly like Lorca, sometimes Saru,
Yeah.
sometimes Cornwall,
Yeah.
and sometimes Pike.
Yeah.
God, I hate Ethan Peck.
Yeah. That was painful. That scene with him and Burnham was fucking painful.
Burnham, you have to go back. God. You have to make the things that are happening right now happen right now. Mm-hmm. And then she does the thing. It's like, Burnham, I can't join you. The ship's fucked.
Jesus.
And it's like, no, brother, I wanted you to come needlessly into the future with me. Even though last episode I didn't want anybody to do it.
Yep.
But now I specifically need you to. And it's like, Burnham, you're the best. You have to do it. It's like,
what the fuck, man?
Burnham, thank you for teaching me to be a Vulcan. By the way, we called this. We called this.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's the fucking center. She's his balance. She's like his balancing presence or whatever the fuck he called it.
Burnham, I was a shitty Vulcan before you,
God.
and because you hurt my feelings, and you were such a strong and powerful woman, I
So
learned how
strong.
to Vulcan correctly, and I'm great now. And it's like, oh, Spock, you were always great. It's like, no, Burnham, no, it's all you. And it's
Yeah.
like, Spock, I love you. It's like, I love you too.
Yep.
I hate this show so.
Yeah.
God damn it. I love you, sister.
I know.
It's like he wouldn't even say that to James Kirk.
Yeah.
And granted, you're talking about two better actors talking to each other,
Yeah.
and you can say whatever the world-rending fuck you want to about Bill Shatner's acting ability.
Yeah.
It is sometimes inconsistent, but you can say whatever you want to about it. He smokes both of those characters.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And Nimoy has a presence that is really unrivaled in
Unmatched. Yeah.
of Vulcans for sure. And he's
Yeah.
a legitimately good actor in general.
Yeah.
But like those two had what? Fucking 3 years and a half a dozen movies together in
Yeah.
clearly way more of a connection.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
he
big
doesn't
time.
even get into this like emotional fucking nonsense with
Yeah.
hate spiral.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still good. It's still good because it's over.
It's over. Thank God it's fucking over. What did you think about... it's such a fucking ham-fisted resolution to all this crap.
What did I think of? Wait.
I think...
Guys,
How do we solve the continuity breaking stuff in this series?
we won't talk about it.
God damn, what a fucking kindergarten answer to this. Like,
So, okay. Like, seriously, it's time. You can do a full-on reset with time.
yeah.
No.
No.
Our solution is we've all decided not to talk about it. Now,
Yeah.
I have two problems with that in this very episode. Okay. Let's say next Vulcan Thanksgiving, everybody's over and they're like, "How's your son doing?" It's like,
Yeah.
Spock's better. You know, he got out of the hospital. He's back on the Enterprise. And Burnham, and like, what happens?
Yeah.
What happens? Just does Amanda Grayson look slowly over to Sarek, and then she grabs the meat cleaver and she murders them? You can't talk about her. She doesn't exist.
Right? It's straight up treason if you do.
I'm sorry. I summarily executed the Andersons because they asked reasonably normal questions about how my daughter was doing.
God, it's fucking stupid.
The other thing is, after that, you have Spock, and he's like, personal log. I've done a lot of top secret stuff, and I lied to Starfleet about it.
Yeah.
And now I'm recording it on their software.
Yep.
Guys.
So dumb.
Spock is not this stupid.
I know. It's a stupid fucking... It doesn't... I don't know, man. Oh, God. And the other thing that sucks about this is, like, great. I'm glad that they're, like, in the future and they can't just shit all over Trek continuity, and then that should fairly much... Like, I mean, that should pretty much guarantee, like, no Spock, no Pike, no Kirk, none of that shit in future episodes of Discovery. But... like, the downside is I feel like most of us who were Star Trek fans, when a Star Trek series was there was a rumor about it, we're like, we'd like to see something after, like, Voyager and Nemesis.
You're gonna get it.
And now that's Discovery. My God, I don't want them creating anything new in the future that anyone has to pay attention to.
See,
Because it's going to be
I think
shit.
I think they did that so that, like, they could ignore it and quietly let Discovery fade away.
I hope to God. I mean, Seriously, like, God, it's gonna be so fucking. It's just gonna be terrible. It's just gonna be terrible because now they can't really play with anybody else's toys anymore. So now it's like, are we gonna get like early seasons of Voyager? Let's introduce everybody to the Kazon. What a fascinating race of people we have to deal with.
Well,
now.
yeah. God, they're gonna have like a crew of 6,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, I like none of
Led
them.
by Michael Burnham.
I
Oh my
like
God.
none of them.
What do you
Kind-
think? Do you think they start episode 1 just promoting her to captain?
No, it'll start that Saru's in charge, because it's going to be important that he can say to Burnham later, really, this was a thing that was always meant for you.
Yeah.
You are the chosen one. Let me bow down before you. I am so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised.
And then I don't know. They're gonna have to get Giorgio back so that she can be in the Section 31 show.
Yep. Oh my God! And Ash Tyler. What the fuck?
Did they
What the
promote
fuck?
him?
Does
to...
he get to? He's like in charge of Section 31 now. He's gonna like retool it. You gotta be kidding me.
I don't even understand that scene, because it's like, I am pretty sure that Section 31 isn't an official part of Starfleet.
Yeah.
And here it is, a Starfleet admiral, and he's saying you're in charge now. I don't think he has that authority. I don't think
so
they
either.
have that cozy relationship.
Nope.
It's like a never-ending blackmail scheme, and that's how Section 31 works.
Yeah.
And they get their dirt on you, and then they threaten to blow up your career, your life, your family. They make you do things you don't want to. Now they have more dirt on you because you did a thing that you shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And that's how they have like that insidious sort of power.
Yeah.
Nope. Hey, Klingon in a human suit, you're in charge. You have a unique perspective.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's that kind of shit that makes this season so much worse. I don't understand what the fuck that guy is referring to.
This guy doesn't
You have
have
a unique perspective. You don't know who he is. Like, what are you talking about?
Ash does not have the psychological profile to pass today
Yeah.
as a U.S. Army mechanic,
Yeah.
much less the CIA director.
Yeah.
And there's no way to carry that analogy out, because it's like, let's hire a Russian cannibal to be
Yeah.
the director of the CIA,
Oh my God.
because he ate some other people's brains who were smart.
Works out.
I don't know about that. That's gonna suck, and I don't
Yeah.
want to see the Section 31 thing, and I hope
Nope.
that it gets canceled. They actually apparently don't have a show order for it yet.
Good.
They just have like
Let's keep it that way.
an idea that's like, we want to do this. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think so, guys. I don't think anybody's in for that.
God, when you listen to the news about it, it's like, is there just unlimited money for terrible fucking Star Trek ideas? 'Cause it seems like that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Picard. That's done. We're gonna do Section 31. We got a cartoon. Everybody wants a Pike and Spock series now. Yeah, no, we heard you. We're looking into that also. Like, what the fuck, man?
A Pike and Spock series has better chances, because at least Pike was interesting when they gave him chances.
Under
to be.
like a 100% completely fucking different writing staff.
Yeah. And as much as I hate Ethan Pike's Spock in this, like, if he just said the lines now and then, fine, maybe.
Yeah.
He wasn't annoying the first half of it, but he was super
No.
fucking annoying the second.
Yeah.
I love you.
Well, yeah, I mean, his lines just got more and more terrible, and yeah, I mean, the writing just got worse and worse. And what are you gonna do?
Okay, no, wait. The one thing that I do like about the future is Jet Reno's in it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's carrying this show.
No. No, but good luck to her. Yeah, man, that's gonna be. It's just this season was nonsense. I'm sure season 3 is gonna be was probably gonna manage to be worse.
Yeah. God.
I guess.
Kima's gonna be back on the ship.
Or her dead body will be on.
They hit her frozen corpse with the ship.
It's just.
It shatters and.
Oh fuck!
Oh no, Mom!
Oh, mommy!
Oh, it turns out she can't do math either.
Yeah. Then she'll get like a 35 to 40-minute funeral. That'll be one episode of season 3.
See, her mom, who was a capable mathematician, missed her destination by approximately 950 years. And so Burnham, who is theoretically a capable something, is going to miss it by exactly the same amount. And so she actually shoots herself 1,870 years into the future. And everything's dead just because you forgot to recycle.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how much we need to talk about this season anymore. I kind of feel like we've painted ourselves into a corner.
Yeah. And I mean, like, what happened in this episode?
There was a 40-minute space battle.
Yeah, that's it. There's just not a lot to say about that.
There were 2 interruptions. One, to get the gay couple back together again.
Yeah, thank God.
2, to make sure that everybody understands that Michael Burnham is a better character than Spock.
Yeah. Yep. Spock learned everything he knew.
Then they zap into the future for no reason.
Yep.
And then they all agree to lie about it. And then it's over.
Yep.
So let's hope that this is canceled in the off season.
Oh, I'd be so happy. Yeah. You got to think it might, maybe it will be. Like, once the writers realize, like, oh shit, we don't have Klingons and we don't have Vulcans, and oh fuck, we have to come up with our own stuff.
God.
Shit. I don't got it. We don't have it.
No, they'll probably do something stupid, and they'll be like, look, Klingons have evolved into even more hideous monsters.
Probably.
Now they have horns and fangs. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and call that a wrap then, right?
Yes.
Thank you, then, everyone, for listening to the Wednesday Night Gentlemen on the latest Star Trek Discovery season. Thank you for joining us for this brief trek. Think about hitting that like or subscribe button, and hopefully you will not need to join us for more treks in the future. For now, it is time for us to boldly go. We'll maybe see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.